Hey, this is Jared, and I'm going to have a quick interview with Classified.
How you doing?
So, first question. You were born and raised in Nova Scotia.
Yep.
Could you tell me just a bit about your upbringing and how you got into rap?
My parents were always into music. My dad was always in bands and stuff. So I think that's where the music aspect came in. There was always like just guitars around, always people playing. But I don't know, small town, no different than the rest of Canada. Small town living, a little slower, but yeah, still live there now.
Okay. And how did you go? Because like all towns have their local musicians, local artists. How did you go from a local rapper to somebody performing on an international stage?
I think because I didn't worry about doing the local thing. Like I played some shows local, but it wasn't like I just worried about building myself up in Halifax. I was building myself in Halifax, but then we just go to Vancouver, try to do a show there in front of 15 people. You know what I mean? Just not worrying about staying in one spot. You're just getting out there and doing shows, man. Doing shows, especially nowadays with so many artists on the internet, like to actually do live shows separates you from 99% of the rest of the artists in the game. So.
Okay, so you skipped that part where you just stay local and then try and make it big before.
Yeah, no, like we definitely did shows local. That's how we built like how to do shows, but I found like I wasn't the biggest rapper in Halifax, and then I went outside of Halifax and just kept doing the rest of Canada. And when I came back, it was like, oh, okay. Then that was when I really noticed that the difference was there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're on your 16th album now. That's a lot, yeah. Very successful career. But did you feel like your success was gradual, got bigger and bigger, or there was at any point a jump?
I think, no, it was gradual, man. There was no big album that was like, oh, this is the change. Like even with Inner Ninja last album. But, you know, we had O Canada before that. It was just always kind of gradually going up. And I think that's what kept me interested in it, too. It was like every album, something new would happen. We'd reach a new fan base. Tours would get bigger. And that just keeps you excited for it. So, yeah, definitely a gradual climb. It wasn't like, boom, it just happened. And, oh, here I am. It was just slowly going up. And hopefully keep moving that way.
Well, that's better than just one day waking up in your...
Yeah, if you asked me when I was 19, I probably would have said, hey, I want this now. You know what I mean? But now that I've been doing it for so long, I learned a lot about the industry, just everything. You learn more when you take your time with it. So.
And how do you feel you've changed musically speaking from?
Just learn more. You know what I mean? I think I still approach my music the exact same way. It's like, you know, I make my beats. Yeah. I work with musicians and stuff, but I always want to put me in my music. I want it to be real. I want it to be what I'm about, represent where I'm from, and you know, the type of person I am. And that's never changed. I think just I've learned my equipment better. I've learned how to produce better. I've learned how to flow better. I've learned to, you know, explain myself better, I think. So it's just a gradual practice. It just hopefully will keep getting better.
Okay. Have you ever at any point felt like you were out of creativity? Is that an effect when you
every
run
day,
a song?
every second
really?
day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, doubt yourself all the time. Like I think that's part of making music is like, some people that don't doubt themselves at all. They're like, my shit's the dopest, blah, blah, blah. And no one else thinks that. You know what I mean? So, like, I have no problem in doubting my music. I doubt my stuff all the time. I'm always rewriting verses. I'm redoing the drum beat because I don't like the beat, or even remixing a song because I don't think it sounds right. So I think that's what keeps me on my toes, is just double-checking myself all the time.
Okay. And obviously there's been tremendous change in the past 20 years over the rap scene. But anything in particular that you've noticed for the better?
For the better?
Yeah.
I think the internet just helps people get their music out more. You know what I mean? I think there's a bad side to it, but I think it definitely lets, you know, anybody can be an artist now, which is a great thing. It's anybody can get on there, make your beat in Fruity Loops, record yourself in GarageBand, and that's no different than going to like a studio 20 years ago that cost you, you know, 10 grand to make the album. You can do it for free now, so it's definitely a lot more accessible. Okay.
And you've done a lot of collaborations with other artists. Do you have any future collab plans?
Yeah, nothing like, actually, yeah, there's a couple people I got to produce when I get home next week, but just like some local people that I'm working with. Okay. Rhea May, who I did her album, that album's done. It's going to come out in the next month or two, so excited about that. David Miles, my brother, some more hip-hop stuff that I'm working on, but yeah, can't let it out yet. Okay. Because it's not confirmed. I don't like...
No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Cool. So I just hope you have a great show tonight, and thank you for talking to me.
All good.
Yeah.
Thank you.